So hey everybody, welcome to the YouTube Saints midweek stream. We've been doing a little bit of just shitting around watching Samantha Bee. I wasn't watching the chat close enough to realize that, as has been the case every week, Jeff is supposed to hit record before we go live. But as you can see now, it's just me. Jeff is off dealing with some family things, or maybe buying a Lexus in Indiana. I've had trouble keeping up on events over the last month. So here I am, fresh and revived. Half a bottle of wine ready to go. I have a friend of mine sitting in my apartment somewhere, and we're watching Samantha Bee explain why boyfriends are the source of most terrorism, or something like that. Shall we continue?
Folks.
The majority of mass shooters in America also behaved in abusive ways with respect to their spouses or intimate partners or other close family members. They do tend to have these notions of a woman's traditional place. They tend to be rankled by women who speak out, by women who argue with them. These are people who want to exercise control over women.
This study brought to you by the Institute for Men, confirming things that women have known since the beginning of fucking time.
Hey Samantha, let me ask you, if you weren't a big rich comedian, if you were just some like down and out waitress, and all of a sudden some charming man with a whole load of money came along, now I wonder what level of temptation you would feel towards perhaps moving close to this man, getting as close to him as you can, you know, enjoying all of the fruits of his labors right up until you decide that it's not really what you're into and you want something different, then you just move along. Wow, it's almost like I'm describing a whore there, isn't it? But I'd never go as far as calling you and all women whores, Samantha, because I'm not a low person. I recognize the fact that individuals make their own decisions upon their own merits. And that in the course of doing such, well, a lot of people are going to fuck up. And it's going to be really unfortunate when dumb people on television decide to blame an entire demographic for the actions of a few sad individuals. But hey, you're the big rich comedian. I'm sure you've got that locked, yeah? Oh, and that audience, they couldn't get enough of that shit, could they? Oh my goodness, oh my god, that's like talking about my ex-boyfriend. He was such a piece of shit. Oh my god, one time he took me to a McDonald's, didn't even get me the McMuffin I wanted. It was sausage. I wanted bacon. I said bacon. He got me sausage. He's such a piece of shit. I bet he'll be a mass shooter any day. Anyway, so yeah. Oh yeah, I do have a pretty good pause game. Look at that smug, shit-eating face. It's so sad to see what Daily Show alumni have become. When you consider in the pantheon of relevant and sort of topical comedy shows, you think about SNL and the kind of brilliant comedy that's come out of SNL. I mean, not so much now, but then again, everybody says today's SNL is shit and compared to what it used to be. But you compare that to what the Daily Show's produced. SNL produced just plethoras of brilliant comic geniuses who took their acts to stage and screen and film, and they made amazing things, and they were hilarious. And what did the Daily Show give us? The Daily Show gave us John Oliver, right, who now is making himself into a low-rent, whiny beta Bill Maher on HBO. We get Samantha Bee here, who is basically like the left-wing sort of, I'm almost gonna say like, you know, she was like the left-wing precursor to Lauren Southern, who herself tries to be clever and witty and fails miserably most of the time. This is what the Daily Show has given us. It's just these legions, these small teams, these fire teams or squads of simpering ninnies who think that their strident political opinions actually equate to genuine comedy. Wait until you get self-deprecating, Sam. I know you're Canadian, you got it within you. So we're gonna watch a little more of this and then we'll figure something out.
It turns out there's legislation that would help prevent mass shootings and domestic violence, and it's only a little gun control-y.
States that require background checks see 46% fewer women shot by their partners.
Give me other demographic statistics about that. I mean, explain which fucking states these are. What are the poverty levels? What are the education levels? What are the violence levels? How is policing handled there? What is the nature of law there? Oh, never mind. Let's just run with more shit from ATTN, because if you've been on Facebook, you know, I mean, that's like now this. I mean, you know, we used to have CNN, we could trust them, but we can't anymore. Now we have now this, and we have attention.
The But there's still a loophole in the system that allows guns to get into the hands of domestic abusers. It's called the boyfriend loophole. Domestic abusers are prohibited from buying or owning a firearm if they've ever been married to the victim, lived together, or had a child. But a dangerous ex-boyfriend or a dating partner, there's nothing stopping them.
Yes, it...
Oh, I see. I see. Fellas, so real quick, if you've got a good, if you've got a good long history of, beating your girlfriends and wives senseless and getting away with it scot-free, which, as we all know, is just the way it works these days. If you've got that history, well then, you know what? When you want to get your next gun, if you find the state getting in the way, all you have to do is apparently get a girlfriend. Although, in my experience, I will say, getting and keeping a gun is far easier than genuinely keeping a girlfriend.
The boyfriend loophole, not to be confused with the Sweet Valley High book of the same name. The boyfriend loophole goes back 20 years when Congress made a half-hearted effort to keep guns out of domestic abusers' hands. But there was concern that innocent men's gun rights could be impeded because bitches be lying. So...
Agreed.
Congress defined domestic violence in a way that focuses on spouses, cohabitating couples, and couples with kids. But they excluded boyfriends who were just keeping it casual.
I wonder what distracts Samantha Bee. I almost feel like the annoying-looking girlfriend, or the annoyed girlfriend who can't believe what she's seeing. That would be, I don't know, factual integrity, huh? And of course, Sam there's the boyfriend. And what's walking by? Oh! Ratings and clicks. Yeah. Welcome to the new era, everybody. Welcome to the new era when being an over-the-top, sarcastic cunt is genuinely more valued than being a witty or intelligent presenter or comic. Because keep in mind, this is TBS after all. I mean, these people are pretty much expecting you to come off of watching 4 hours of Family Guy and then move on to Samantha Bee and say, yep, this is what I need. It's more intelligent stuff like Family Guy. Now, I could make Undoomed co-host. I keep seeing it over and over again, and actually it's from the one person. So, Maddie, I'm just going to answer you now. I would make Undoomed a co-host, except I haven't quite figured out how to work OBS to the point where I can bring in somebody over a VoIP network until it comes down to the Discord matter. So, once we get there, we're going to have a good amount of fun, but short of that, I'm just going to continue Forrest Gumping my way through this thing. My bottle's almost half done now, so I should start getting clever any moment. I want everyone to just cross their fingers and hold their breath. We're gonna be optimistic together on this one. So let's, do we even want to watch more of this crap? Do we? I mean, I could think of a half dozen videos I'd rather watch than this, but I mean, here's, it's...
Just what we needed, ladies. Another excuse for men not to commit.
Wow, it's almost like men not committing has more to do with the fact that entire generations of women have grown up to see them as disposable objects for use. Never mind. This is turning into a goddamn honey badger stream. This is getting depressing. Let's go back to trending and see what else we can find. Because honestly, this is just, it's kind of gross. And truth be told, most of this is kind of gross. Giving my set of... Alright, I'm going to be straight with all of you guys right now. It's been very, very hard not featuring Jenna Marbles as oversubbed of the week. Now, why? Namely because of shit like this. Giving myself a set of gel nails. 1 million views in 15 hours. You have the entire world at your fingertips. Every ounce of information you could ever hope for. And a bunch of it being bullshit, too. And even just being flights of fun fancy that you can just indulge in. Everything you could want. 1 million people over the last 15 hours have thought watching a woman put gel nails on her own hands would be fun. Yeah, that's why we came up with the oversubbed. But come on now. So let's have a look-see. Alright, got something coming in here from my boy. Yeah. Yeah, okay, duck it. Just give me your story. And we're going to take a look at it together now. We're going to go over it. Now, this is about... okay, yeah. Inside Hillary Clinton's secret takeover of the DNC. Wouldn't exactly call it secret. Well, it was kind of obvious. When I was asked to run the Democratic Party after the Russians hacked our emails, I stumbled onto a shocking truth about Hillary Clinton. Now, this is from Politico. They have a tendency to be kind of lefty-leaning. Before I called Bernie Sanders, I lit a candle in my living room and put some gospel music. What? Okay. I wanted to center myself for what I knew would... oops, sorry. Call coming in. There we go. Yeah, had promised Bernie when I took the helm of the Democratic National Committee that after the convention I would get to the bottom of whether Hillary Clinton's team had rigged the nomination process. As a cache of emails stolen by Russian hackers and posted online, it suggests that I'd... Oh. I hope you'll all excuse me. I think it actually might be an emergency. What I'm actually going to do right now, and this was unexpected, but it's seems to be family related. What I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to bring you back and let you watch the rest of that Samantha Bee video while I take a quick phone call, unfortunately. Seems to be important. You have my sincere apologies. I will be right back. And that's just not helpful at all. Oh, fuck your ads.
Boyfriend loophole, not to be confused with the Sweet Valley High book of the same name. The boyfriend loophole goes back 20 years when Congress made a half-hearted effort to keep guns out of domestic abusers' hands. But there was concern that innocent men's gun rights could be impeded because bitches be lying. So Congress defined domestic violence in a way that focuses on spouses, cohabitating couples, and couples with kids. But they excluded boyfriends who were just keeping it casual. Just what we needed, ladies. Another excuse for men not to commit. That joke was brought to you by the Kathy Collection, now available on Kindle.
I'm sorry I had to do that to you. Family obligations jumped up in the middle of things. And, yeah, so... yeah, my most sincere apologies. Yeah, what we have come to find out about that, though, is, yeah, Samantha Bee is an unfunny hack who's hacking into jokes that seem to have been pulled from the Feminist Frequency playbook, and in turn ended up not being funny. Who would have imagined? So now, as we go through with this, though, I say, so this individual, so who was this written by, ultimately? I can't see. Now, we get this... Donna Brazile. Okay, yeah, I thought as much. Yeah, so this is Donna Brazile on her own, basically saying outright that, yeah, shit was fucked in the DNC from the beginning. Now, what we've got here, so I followed the money. My predecessor, Florida Rep. That would be Wasserman Schultz, had not been the most active chair in fundraising at a time when President Barack Obama's neglect had left the party in significant debt. I love watching Democrats self-destruct. As Hillary's campaign gained momentum, she resolved the party's debt and put it on a starvation diet. It had become dependent on her campaign for survival, for which she expected to wield control over its operations. Debbie was not a good manager. Blah, 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 blah. So what it really does seem as though is that it's almost like everyone kind of fucking called it, isn't it? I mean, this article itself, basically, this is Donna Brazile, who was a senior DNC strategist for quite a while. And now we happen to have her coming out and openly writing the fact that she thinks Hillary Clinton was a bad candidate, that the insider horse trading that went in within the party was bad news. And sure as shit, by September 7th, the day I called Bernie, I found my proof and it broke my heart. So I suppose none of us can actually be genuinely fucking surprised to find out that, well, Hillary Clinton was gaming the system with her insider friends and all. Now, I'm going to go back to Streamlabs and try and take a look here to see if I can find out whether or not this has actually worked. Because I'm starting to think you guys just don't care when I'm, you know, when I'm streaming like this. Now, here I do see from today, wonder why, there's still a $5 donation after that, nothing else. So if you're trying to donate through Streamlabs, give it a try as best as you can, $1 or whatever, just to prove and verify it's still actually up and going. Now, Supporting Nick and Jeff to me. I'm going to engage with chat a little bit now, if you don't mind. Again, keep in mind, this is one of these impromptu, I'm just doing this on my own kind of things. My co-host isn't here. I'm trying to handle all the technicals on my side. I'm trying to keep it as mellow and simple as possible. So as I go over that, I'm actually going to try and switch over to a different screen. Let's see if this one works. Ooh, oh boy, I think that worked. I think it worked. No. Now, Sergeant Buck, no, I did not see that Streamlabs go through. It doesn't mean that it didn't, but I'm just not entirely certain because I've never dealt with this thing before myself. Again, I'm not the technical director. Now, I'm going to find my mouse here. And... wow, chat, you're really killing me here. You're killing me. It's almost like I'm a bad host. Bad host of a live stream. It's like I can't do it on my own here, huh? So, cider royale is good shit. That's true. Cider with cherry, you gay. That's fair. See you, Gabe. My house guest just left. Oh, I'm refreshing the Streamlabs page. You can be certain of that. I'm giving it a refresh. Still not seeing nothing yet. But, who knows? That could just be because I'm being a dull host. Now, in the course of this, I'm just going to keep checking the time. Alright, good. Yeah, we're about halfway through the midweek here. Now, I'm curious. I want to know, how do you guys feel about me hosting this solo like I am? I mean, is this working? Is this not working? Is there too much dead air, or is it too much
stop the ass kissing with you.
And there's another sound. I'm not understanding what is going on here. Oh, there we go. Fish Cakes just donated $5. So I guess indeed those sounds must have actually been some kind of donations. Now I've only gotten a certain amount of them, but there we go. So that being the case, let's see. We've already gone through this article, and to be honest, I find reading articles about politics rather boring. What I think we ought to do is take a look and see if we can't find ourselves some good odd news. You know, odd news. This shit's always fun. I love odd news. It's the kind of thing just comes out of the goddamn blue. Don't know what you're dealing with. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? And then all of a sudden, boom. So we're gonna go back over to this page here. Now I'm looking at some of these. First one here, South Carolina Education Lottery. Lottery player's birthday brings $390,000 worth of beginner's luck. No, not that interested. Now, oh, here we go. November 2nd, a kung fu master in China broke a Guinness World Record when he used his bare hand to smash 302 walnuts in 55 seconds. Are you kidding me, boy? Are you kidding me, boy? Oh my God. Oh my, I gotta see this. I gotta find this out. Let's find out. Let's find his name here. We're not even gonna bother with this UPI bullshit. Oh, there's some planes going on outside. That's good. Let's take a look here. He doesn't even give his goddamn name. It's just a kung fu master. Let's see if we can go to YouTube. Cause fucking, you know, it's not like we're gonna get a DMCA on this one here. So we're gonna go with yeah. Let's start out with kung.
Stop the ass kissing with you.
There's some more noise going on. I gotta take a look and see if some more money came in as a result of that. And oh, there we go. Oh yeah, Sergeant Buck, $1.23. Samantha B kills more boners on a yearly basis than a surgeon performing sex changes. Not bad, not bad. Now, actually, while I try and find this, I'm kind of curious, so I'm going to bring the window back open. Now, let me know if you guys, because here's the thing. I've recently, well, I'm not going to go too deep into it, and I shouldn't need to at this point. I've been going through some shit, and, you know, part of a thing that a man goes through when he goes through some shit, you know, he goes through some changes. He's struggling to keep up. So he decides he's going to build some new habits. He's going to get some new hobbies. He's going to get into new things, right? Now, in the course of that, one of the things I decided I wanted to do recently was stand-up. Now, while I find this video, if I can find this kung fu master breaking all these walnuts, would you guys like to hear a little bit, just a few of the jokes that I've got planned, because I will be recording this and posting it, whether it's good or not, when I go and give it a shot. So you let me know while I continue trying to find this. Now I'm looking for kung fu master smashes walnuts. Alright, we got a new one. Oh, that's actually the one right there, isn't it? That's the one right there. Alright, so I see some of you saying, yeah, do it. I'll give you some of them jokes. I just want to see. I want to see this kung fu master. Do you want to see this kung fu master smash up some walnuts and set a world record? Because I do. Because, I got... Oh, whoa. Oh, my goodness. it looks like it was filmed by Mouthy Buddha himself. Like straight low-res Wonder Bread shit. Look at him go. Go, boy. Go. Get it. Get it. Wow. Are you not amazed? Exactly. The Chinese, like the judges went through to make sure he didn't cheat. They'd execute him if he cheated. Yeah, I mean that was fucking impressive, wasn't it? That was goddamn impressive. All right, so here's what I'm seeing now. I got myself about another 25 minutes? Yeah, about another 25 minutes of showtime here before we're gonna be wrapping this thing up. So what I'm gonna do is, first off, I'm actually going to run real quick and grab, oh, actually, no, they're right here. So I got my earbuds. So I'm going to get my headphones set up. Now, while I do, I'm going to tell you guys a couple of jokes, a couple of good old jokes, some good old folks, you know. I want to make sure it's all wholesome, family-friendly entertainment here. But I will be trying my hand at stand-up very shortly. There's an open mic night here in town. Never tried it before. Didn't even know I could be remotely funny until I started doing this show, and then you guys kept being entertained. And first I had to wonder if there was something wrong with you, and I started wondering if there was something wrong with me. And I just got comfortable with the idea that both those things are true in their own right, you know? Now, putting these headphones on, just taking them out now. But I will be joining you, and I will be finding some kind of random number generator shortly to pull some of you out of the Discord and bring you in to hang out and have a bit of chat. Might make it a bit easier on me. You ain't got to keep talking constantly, coming up with content, coming up with clever quips and shit to keep the channel alive, so that I don't have to go back to the fucking kitchen, you know. But so yeah. So I've been through a breakup recently, and yeah, it's gonna be a center part of the stand-up. But yeah, so it's like, you know, I look around, you know, I see a lot of you know, you look around any club, you see a lot of happy couples, you know, not those ones, no, but yeah, I went through a breakup recently, and got a chance to actually think about some of the weird shit people say to you. It's completely normal, right? I hope y'all heard that. That was impressive. But yeah, some of the shit people say to you, you know, when you go through a breakup, it's, you understand what they mean, you understand what they're saying, but it's weird shit when you think about it. So one of my favorite ones is definitely got to be stay strong, right? So you see this on social media all the time. Someone's pouring their heart out, and emo as fuck post, and there's always one fucker in there that says stay strong. And it's kind of like they're at the bar with them, and this person, they're just bawling their eyes out into a glass of scotch endlessly. She was my world, man. And one of their friends is just like, stay strong. I'll stay strong. I'll be strong. I'll stay strong. I'm not entirely sure that's what strong is, to be honest with you. And I'm not really sure you can stay something that you're not. But I mean, beyond that, you know, so like I've definitely got a type. I like, you know, I got a type. I like a certain type. You know, usually petite and thin, pretty, and ideally no dad. Typically, I find that's a really good precursor. If they don't have a dad, and especially if they think about that a lot, it usually ends up working into being just my perfect type. I can't get enough of them, apparently. But tried online dating recently again. Now, last time I tried online dating, I was searching for a used car, right? And I found the parallels between hunting for a used cheap car on Craigslist and trying to browse things like OkCupid. They're kind of fucking uncanny. So just bear with me here. Just consider these statements. I want you to decide with absolute certainty whether or not I'm talking about a car on Craigslist or a girl on OkCupid, right? So let's go with she runs every day without fail, but there's clearly something wrong with the wiring. Okay, or this one you might have seen. Either way, used professionally daily, but she's got a lot of life left in her. Yeah, kind of thing. Like, it developed a smell. I can't be bothered to know what it is. My favorite, though, my favorite has to be, now tell me honestly, and if you can't get a beat on it, I understand, but Craigslist car or OkCupid single, post is, I just want this thing off of my lawn. Yeah? So anyway, those are some of the jokes I'm going to try and run with for my stand-up night. I don't know. You know, it's an open mic, so I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't walk up to there just saying, my God, I haven't seen this many bombs since Aleppo last spring. But who knows, you know. So we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed some of that. That's what I'm going to be trying to do in person, in front of people, next week, whether or not I finish my set or not. Hoping I finish my set. Now, it wasn't really sure what was going to come next. Oh, there we go. That's right. That's what we was going to do. We was gonna go in and do ourselves some of that sweet, sweet Discord chat, yeah? Now, in order for this to work, I do know we've got that whole waiting room thing. Now, as I see, the waiting room's got a number of people in it. Not too many. I'm going to jump into the live show room myself. Now, I am currently... see, there we go. Now, currently it's just ears off alone. If I can get that to fucking work. Okay, well, it's going to be going through here anyway, so we're going to see what happens. But I am going to bring some fuckers in here. Now, let's find ourselves random number generator. Yeah, alright. Random number generator. How many random numbers? Just one. And minimum value is 1, and maximum value is... Let's see. Oh, wow, you guys are just lining up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's find out what we get here. Alright, so the first number I've come up with is 17. So I'm going to go through here. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Smart pig. Smart pig. You are the luckiest, the winner here. I'm going to drag your ass down here. And there you are. You are now in the live show with me. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
And I don't know why it's not coming through my headphones. See how bad at this I am, everyone? Do you see how bad? Oh,
yeah.
So how are you doing tonight, homeboy?
I'm doing alright. I was not expecting this to happen, but I'm doing alright.
Oh. Hey, hold on just a quick second while I actually swap one plug into another because my dumbass forgot that I did the other one. There we go. Alright, now how are you doing tonight? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, are you surprised, or are you more surprised or disappointed by the fact that this happened? Now you're here on the set, and you don't even get to talk to Jeff. No, but thank you. I don't know why. It shows a very poor decision-making process on your part. I'll be honest with you there, smart pig. Oh, hold on a second, homeboy. I'm sorry. I just realized that for some reason they can't hear you. No, for some reason Discord seemed very much interested in picking up the audio from that before, but apparently didn't want to do so now. So I'm going to have to just... I apologize, everybody. It was not my intention. This is like, again, this is me just figuring this shit out as I go. Oh, what, solo streams?
No, actually run the technical side of it.
Oh, Jeff is only just now beginning to teach me. I'm sorry, everyone. I don't know why it is you can't hear my guest. if I would have to get... Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Did I really seriously do that? No, user volume's fine. Well, goddamn, I'm starting to think perhaps I am just hopelessly lost because,
apparently they can hear me now.
Oh, they can. Okay, that's unusual. So he's back, you're back. All right. So as you were saying, let's go back to the fun part of the conversation. You were telling me how I was your favorite.
You accurately portray everything that I think, except in a very linguistically beautiful way.
I'm so sorry. Your mind must be just a wretched wasteland of horrors, then, shouldn't it?
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, I think I do. I articulate it better than you do, smart pig. Get the fuck out of my Discord. I'm sorry. No, so how long you been like actually no, here's a better question. Fuck, how long you been enjoying our shit? Have you found any new channels recently that you're really digging? Anything new that struck your fancy?
Yeah, but they're not exactly social commentary.
What are they?
Have to do with 40K. I actually recently got involved looking at Arch Warhammer's stuff, and he's been going through and talking about lore and the different factions and things, and going through. Well, actually, no. I guess you could consider him politically minded because he started talking about how feminism is starting to invade 40K. The feminists.
Really? Is it a new faction? I mean, is it the kind of thing that is it the kind of thing where you know, they will end up having to just
Well, you know what they did to gaming?
Yeah, they're trying to do the same thing to
That's
Warhammer.
Basically what they're trying to do with Warhammer, yeah. And he's been talking, and Arch Warhammer's been talking about that recently. In fact, he had a chat with Sargon not too long ago. It was a couple of weeks ago, and they talked about it. So, yeah, that's the last one that I actually really got into. Everything else has just kind of been meh recently.
Now, is like, I mean, it could just be me. I've been going through some shit myself, and maybe it's just been like a perception thing. But I've also been noticing even before then, YouTube as a medium, it really is going downhill. I mean, you got your standard creators, so you know what to expect. But I mean, when it comes to like finding new channels and new new shit, it's getting so dry.
Yeah, it seems like every single time I'm trying to find someone new, even if they've been suggested by a YouTuber that I follow on the regular, I look through their stuff and everything, it just feels very done. Everybody's done it. And I already know exactly what they're going to say. I already know exactly how they're going to say it.
Let me ask you, do you think that, I mean, I've been recently starting to take my channel off in a new direction. I for one am kind of bored and tired with the old culture war shit, you know, like
yeah, I don't blame you.
And
I don't blame you.
Yeah, and there's so much more to actually explore when it comes to like conflict and the human experience. Do you think maybe like certain aspects of the shitlord world have sort of run their course? Like there's nothing left to be said?
It seems like, well, no, there's always something more to be said, but it's almost like a lot of them out right now, they're starting to edge more towards the edgelord rather than the shitlord. It's like they're saying things now simply because they're going to piss people off.
Yeah, for the attention.
Yes, for the intention to piss people off. They're not really putting a whole lot of thought on it. They're looking at whatever it is they're arguing against. They're taking the exact opposite view, and they're framing it in the most absolute offensive way they can, because they can. And it's not because they really have an argument. It's because they were trying to piss someone off. They're trying to get attention. They're trying to get in the limelight. And it's gotten old.
That's fair. That's fair. So let me ask you. So before we move along, do you have anything you want to promote, shill, endorse, condone, despise, or publicly condemn? Anything you want to say on the record?
On the record?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one. Down with the Hague Act.
Okay. Not getting into that because
you're going to have to research it to understand it. But
oh no,
I'm
sure. All right, yeah, no. So, would you maybe a better thing would be to say research the Hague Act?
Research the Hague Act. Research what it does. Look into what it has done for the American people and what it has done for the other signatures of the Hague Act. And yeah, get on the same side as me with it because it's bogus.
Right on.
I'd go into it more, but it's I'm afraid I'd have to commandeer an entire stream to really talk about it.
Fair enough. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, same number. So yeah, cheers, man. I'm actually gonna look into that myself. The Hague Act.
I would appreciate it, and
yeah,
if you want to know more, hit me up later with a DM, and I'll tell you exactly what it's done to me.
Yeah, try and remind me tomorrow. I don't expect to remember any obligations I make tonight because
you are not obligated in any way.
No. I mean, on anything I commit to, anything I commit to tonight, I cannot be held account to for tomorrow because wine. So we'll see where things go. But honestly, remind me, hit me, just tweet at me, tweet at me, and remind me. Say, hey, remember.
I don't have Twitter.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and ask you one really quick question. Have you tried the Sailor Jerry rum in the root beer yet?
Is it a thing they release, or you mean just mixing it?
You have to mix it, and I told you about this on the second or third.
If I did,
Midweek Saints,
I'll say this.
Saints.
I'll say this: if I did it, I enjoyed it and don't remember it. I haven't had Sailor Jerry's rum in quite a while, or root beer. And truth be told, I haven't actually been shopping or doing really anything for the last months.
It's a personal concoction, and I highly suggest it if you like it. If you like Sailor Jerry rum.
It does sound lovely, though. So cheers. You know what? I will actually endeavor within the next week or two. I will try to get my hands on a bottle of that, and I will try and sip that cocktail during a Saints episode. How's that?
That sounds amazing.
And I
have a good night.
Wax poetically about it. So you have a good night too, mate. So we're gonna generate the next number here. We got ourselves a random number generator. Man, we've got number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we have. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can just do it this way. There we go. All right, so that's Fetus the Patty. Fetus the Patty, welcome to the fucking live show. Homeboy, are you there? You gotta unmute yourself now. I think. Again, I'm still getting the hang of all this on my own, so appreciate your patience, y'all. What in the hell? Gotta check in real quick with Streamlabs. Nothing new, I don't think, on Streamlabs. Oh, nope, we do have another $5 from Demi Melodic. Demi Melodic? Sorry about that. For a beer to cope with the breakup, because replacing a heartache with alcoholism is part of my culture. Hey, cheers. Cheers to you too, bud. Yep, still... Yep. Coming out of the bender, that's been a nice one. Not drinking quite as much. Stomach really just can't take it anymore. Food seems more appealing. Sleep is, I forgot. It's a thing, though. I'm kind of getting back to that. That's been nice. Fetus, are you there? Can you hear me? I'm going to try and unmute you myself. Maybe you've just been trying to talk and failing. Yeah, is that what happened? There we go. Ooh, now you're unmuted. Fetus.
I think my headphones are fucked.
There you go.
I cannot hear yet.
I can hear you. I can hear you now, homie. I can hear your voice now. You're here. You're alive. You are a lesser saint in the pantheon of the YouTube saints. In that you've been able to become a part of the show. How are you doing tonight, homie?
Good.
Good to hear. So, what's popping on your end of things? Anything fun, interesting you'd want to talk about?
Oh no, man! I've been laid off for a couple of weeks, so I just been playing video games.
Well, holy shit! It's like I'm reading Ham on Rye all over again. Tell me you're beating your school kids before telling me you can't play with the other children. You're gonna raise a genius.
No kids.
Oh, okay. Well, see, Yeah, see, that's where you went wrong right there. You're, you know, if you're gonna barrel down the endless tunnel of American failure, you gotta have kids before you get laid off. You know, otherwise, how's anyone supposed to feel bad for you? See? So
I guess.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say I think it'd be good. I think it'd be actually probably really good for you if you just sort of, like, you know, hit a hard reset on this whole, like, all right, life's gonna turn to shit thing. Like, wait a second, gotta have bastard children before I lose all my job and money. Then when I turn to the bottle will smile broadly at me, and I will understand that this is what was meant to be. But that being the case, how are you doing otherwise after that depressing little monologue?
Good.
Yeah. So you've been enjoying the show? How am I doing? Am I doing all right? Can I carry this show without Jeff? I don't feel like I can. I feel like a part of me is missing. I feel like a part of me is missing.
I mean, there are some hiccups, but it's all solved now.
Oh, hiccups. All right. Well, I'll only mull over that for the next 3.5 to 4 hours. just beating myself.
Just drink more. You'll forget it.
Well, no, I think honestly drinking more will make me forget why those hiccups happen. I'll be like, oh, I needed to load the screen. I needed to prep for the show beforehand. Oh shit, I'm drinking and having hiccups again. Oh fucking hell. So what's so what did you oh, well, all right, here's the thing. Your man is laid off. Now we're told it's an employer's economy. We're told, like, oh, the job market's great, and most unemployed people I know disagree. What is it you do? What is it you, like, want to do?
I'm a union carpenter.
Okay. Sorry. It's just like, I'm a union carpenter. If there's no work available for me, well, then that's the end of the story.
Oh, no, there's work. It's just, my company is short on work, and I haven't fucking call the union and be like, hey, I need work.
Well, so well, you know, it's something that's in my history. I'm curious, like, how do you feel being a union carpenter? How does it feel, like, you know, how do you feel about the union?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Before that, I was a union food handler and meat cutter. So, you know, I've been union like my entire life, basically.
Well, I mean, in your unionism, have you ever gotten, like, an odd feeling, perhaps, that it's not actually serving your interests or anything like that? Or are you very confident?
No, I mean, that's always come up, but I mean, who could be in a union when you're like, hey, I'm paying union dues and stuff, and not think about that, and just sit there and drink the Kool-Aid and think, oh yeah, everything's perfectly fine. I mean, I do have those thoughts, but I think they do have our best interest in mind.
Well, one thing I could say when it comes to, like, the carpenters and the tradesmen's unions, I worked in the service sector myself, and my experience with the service sector union was abysmal. However, I do know that trade unions do have a habit of taking care of their people pretty well. And so for that, no, I'm glad to hear that, I'm glad to hear that you feel, like, confident and comfortable with what you're doing.
Yeah.
So let me ask, anything you want to, like, promote, shill, raise awareness of? Anything you'd like to throw out there to the denizens, I'm sure the half dozens who are watching right now?
I don't really do anything, but I recently was watching a YouTube channel called Essential Craftsman, and I don't know, it's just interesting.
Essential Craftsman?
Yep.
And so it's actual craft work then?
Yeah, he was a logger back in the day, and then he became a carpenter, and now he's a blacksmith. So he just does a lot of, like, oh, hey, here's some tips on how to use a circular saw, and here's how to anchor into concrete and shit like that.
So actually useful things, like things which people can not only feed their brains with, but if they wanted to try to do something, make something with their hands, they'd have some, they'd have a source to, like, give them some tips as to how to go about it.
Yeah.
I dig that. What's it called again?
Essential Craftsman.
Essential Craftsman. So everybody here, if anybody who's watching right now has any kind of interest in crafts or woodworking or anything like that, anything working with your hands, making something, go and check out Essential Craftsman and tell them that Fetus the Patty sent you.
Yeah, he's doing a series now where he's building a house from scratch. So he went through the whole, like, getting a guy out there to check out the land and shit and all that stuff. So pretty interesting stuff because, you know, that entire side of it I had never even thought about before. Getting like a surveyor out there and shit.
Yeah, no, I can completely understand that. It's nice to know that even the most skilled craftsman can even grow up one day to become Jimmy Carter. So, hey, cheers to that. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. I'm fucking, as always, as it goes with you and everybody else. It's actually a genuinely true honor to have people who think that this show is worth watching, and I'm glad you came on. And he's crestfallen and can't speak now. It's it's a thing that happens from time to time. Never meet your heroes. In fact, don't have heroes, but never meet them. They'll always break your heart. Fetus, you're not coming through anymore, bub. So if you drop out, I'm gonna bring one or two more in, and then we're probably, well, I say we, I will probably be wrapping this thing up. Didn't see all of this coming out, and what the fuck? And a man just walked into my house with pizza, so that was nice. Did a bit of shopping for me. So yeah, I think we'll do one more. And I hate to be the guy to cut things short. I got number 12 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. All right. You know what? This guy gets to come in, and it's become a fucking regular thing. And I swear to Christ, I really didn't intend on him being picked. But so, homeboy gets to come in.
Jesus.
Yep, I'm going to select one more person. We're going to have a little bit of a chat, and then I'm going to bounce the fuck out because, I've got things to do on this, this hot-ass Thursday night. Got a lot of dwelling on uncomfortable thoughts. What the fuck, JT? How is it your number comes up? I mean, it's like you're fucking faded for this shit.
It's voodoo, man. I know. I gotta quit fucking around with that shit. I'm liking the aesthetic, though. You got the fire, I feel like I should have some cocoa and some marker.
I know. Well, I mean, I did that in the hopes that this would become okay, and I guess my boy the mouth is coming into. I don't know why my random fucking number generator is just picking like my buddies and like the people I chat with all the time. In fact, you know what? No, you know what? Mouth actually dropped out, so I'm that's good. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this again because I want a random ass person. I want somebody I haven't talked to. Sergeant Buck doesn't work. Sergeant
Buck. You didn't talk to Sergeant Buck, did you?
I think I've talked with him once or twice. But for fuck's sake. All right, we're gonna go for a spin.
Think of a number between 1 and 10, and the first person to guess it in the Discord.
Nope. Here we go. I got somebody I don't think I've ever spoken to this person. Lucid theming. Welcome. You are welcome here to the YouTube Saints chat. Are you here?
Yeah, I think I am.
Have you ever done this before?
Not technically.
Not technically?
Well, not with.
How do you do it untechnically? We're using technology.
Like, I've been on other shows.
Oh, I mean this show specifically. You haven't been on this show specifically, right?
No.
All right, cool. Good. Well, then that's a good thing.
We'll pop his cherry.
Yeah, so we're going to pop your cherry here. So
Stop the ass kissing with you.
JT can, like, I'm sure there's, like, some way in which JT can find to shut the fuck up so the guest can speak a bit. because he's been on the show once or twice, and Fetus just isn't leaving. That being the case, I didn't mean like that, dude. Come on, you're welcome. I'm like, again, this is like off the cuff, like, I'm figuring this out as I go goddamn long. But that being the case,
you're doing great.
So lucid theming, what's good, my dude?
Well, thus far, I haven't frosted my toes off. The weather is fluctuating crazy. My family is just waiting for the impending rush of sickness because this is usually the time. Yeah. Everything seems to be working out right, but it's always around this time of year that, you know, the impending, like, storm, just onrush of viruses, just running noses everywhere. I'm just waiting for it. You know, I'm just waiting for it at this point.
So, you're the kind of guy then who just really
stocks up on immunoboosters, yeah.
Oh, apparently, apparently my voice is going into, like, robo-god mode now. But it's okay.
It's been in robo-god mode for quite a while, dude.
What the
I don't hear it like that.
Okay.
In the stream it is, not in Discord. In Discord, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
I always have to mute the stream, like, you know, when I'm talking to other people. Like, I've actually been on other shows, and what I'll do is I'll just mute the stream and just talk in Discord.
All right, so just so I can see chat, smash yourself one button if my voice is all fucked up. Go ahead. People seem to like it.
Everybody in the chat, smash yourself.
Yeah, smash yourself. Just punch yourself in the dick real quick, and then hope that I understand that it happened. Yeah, so, and now it's fixed. I didn't do goddamn anything. So I'm going to thank OBS and I'm going to thank OBS and Twitch for making me sound apparently like a thundering heavenly god of some kind. So, yeah. So how'd you get into how'd you find this show, Lucid? I'm curious. How'd you find our show?
I'm trying to remember how. I know that I found Jeff before I found you, Nick.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. And then I think I subscribed to him. He mentioned YouTube Saints. I see you, and then I go to your channel.
Okay, so it's nice to be an afterthought. I'm glad about that. Thank you for that. Cheers.
That's great. That's great. Like, turn every compliment. Turn every compliment.
Listen, if I didn't know how to turn compliments into insults and be full of self-loathing, how would I ever emulate Bukowski for our modern era?
This is fair.
There you go.
This is fair.
Exactly.
So how's the weather up with you?
Drink more scotch from a coffee cup, though.
No, right now I'm just drinking cheap. I'm drinking cheap wine from a Belgian beer glass, but it's about the same.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about this. Like, if I ever managed to get to talking to you, Nick, I wanted to ask this question.
No, you're talking to me now.
Yeah, there's this beer I once had, like, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. It was really, really good. And I mean that because, like, I don't usually like beer. But when I tasted this one, I was like, this is really good. I think it was called Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen, yeah. It's a wheat beer, dude. So that's like it's like the third most standard type of beer you will ever find.
Well, this should give you some insight into how much love I have for beer, you know.
It was
really good though.
No, here's the thing about beer. When I hear somebody tell me that they don't usually like beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I hear is that they haven't found a beer that they like. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with that, it's if you're the kind of person who likes a Hefeweizen, what that means is that you like a lighter, more citrusy wheat beer.
Yeah, I think that's
a little bit of sweetness to it.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
but it's not like overbearing.
No, and if it's, I mean, like the Belgian wheats, for instance, those ones, between the taste of the yeast that they use and the wheats that go into it, it comes out very grainy and weedy, and a lot of people like that. But if what you like is something a little more subtle, what I would say is go for Weinsteffen or Julius Echter. My God.
Julius Echter.
Yeah, Julius Ector is my favorite wheat beer, to be hands down.
Franziskaner's not bad either.
Franziskaner is really good, and it's cheap too. Franziskaner,
you can find in most places.
Yeah, Franziskaner is like a $7 or $8 6-pack, but it's.
And they have two of them. They have their Hefeweizen, and they also have the
Dunkel.
Yeah.
Yep, the Dunkel, which means dark, but yeah. With wheat beers, yeah, you'll typically find like you enjoy that kind of wheatier, more citrusy, sort of grainy taste to it, while the beer itself still tastes pretty clean. Now, if you go for a Dunkel, which is a dark one, which means that they take those wheat malts that they're using and they roast them a little bit more so they're a little bit darker, what you'll end up finding is that you get a bit more of a robust taste that lingers with you. And and you could very much find that is even also a thing you like. Typically, darker beers like that are bigger in winter time, as opposed to lighter ones, which are bigger for summertime. It makes sense when you think about it.
Is that like
like your Crystal Weizen?
Okay, so is that like a supply thing, or just that people tend to buy them more during the season?
No, it's a supply thing on the craft side of things. So a craft brewery will make more dark, heavy beers during the winter and more light, summery beers during the summer. But if you take a beer like Franziskaner or Weinsteffen or Julius Ector, those three breweries, for instance, they just consistently make everything all at once, and they consistently make it over and over again to the point where you just know you can get it when you want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another really light one too is, it's not a joke, but it's actually called Hoegaarden.
Hoegaarden's Hoegaarden's a nice one. That's actually I think that's actually authentic Belgian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that is.
Yeah, it's a Belgian style wheat. Yeah, it's typically the
and just for the record, it is spelled with an E. Like,
no, yeah, it's Hoegaarden. Like, there's no getting away from it.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Like, I'll be reading all these different names of beers. I'll be going through the aisle, and I'll just run into Hoegaarden.
Spelled the funny way.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful.
Well, hey, before we wrap up here, and I'm thinking, because we've gone just about over an hour now in Midweek Saints, that's kind of what we do. Do you got anything you want to pimp? You want to promote? You want to shill? Anything like that?
So there's, I think I got a good channel here. So there's this YouTuber from Romania. No, he's not the one you've heard of. And he's actually a Let's Player. He goes by Serious Gaming. The reason I'm shilling him is because despite the fact that he has a decent number of subscribers, it looks like through a mixture of YouTube and I guess just terrible luck, he's not getting a lot of like engagement. And the thing is, I really stand behind this guy. He's a really good Let's Player. He always plays every game at the hardest possible difficulty. He plays like all the big ones, right? Like The Witcher and so forth, like all these popular titles. You'd think he'd be attracting a lot of people. He doesn't. He's really good at it, and he's one of those people that also gets into politics a lot. You know, he was really vocal during the whole 2016 election, so he's got some very interesting things to talk about in that, so he kind of mixes that into his channel. He's a pretty cool guy, a pretty smart guy, and I think he deserves, more attention than he's getting, and so, yeah, he goes by Serious Gaming. It's in orange and black letters. It's really interesting to hear a Romanian's opinion of American politics, a foreigner's opinion of American politics, and he's a pretty cool guy. So yeah, look him up, Serious Gaming on YouTube. He's got like 23,000 subscribers, but the view counts do not reflect at all.
Well, there we go. Yeah, go check out Serious Gaming. So with that, and I'm not going to offer JT the luxury of a final word here.
Make sure you catch our holiday sale of Super Male Vitality while supplies last.
Super Male Vitality. I've got snake oil to sell you for days. I got snake oil for days, son. But yeah, that being the case, thank you guys all for actually bearing with me through this this Forrest Gump this clusterfuck Forrest Gumpery of me being technical director for once and trying to handle multiple things at the same time. I hope that makes you appreciate Jeff's contribution to the show even more, and I hope that mine has not been in any way diminished in the course of such. With that being the case, I am Wizard of Cause. I am here now with JT Yearsley and Lucid Theming. Thanks to everybody else who's shown up to actually chat. Thank you for all of the Streamlabs. One final Streamlab actually coming in from Sergeant Buck. $10. Putting my money where my mouth is. JT is now God. Congratulations, JT. That's something you get to. It's something you get to revel in.
Congratulations,
for a little bit.
man.
Yep, congratulations.
Nice.
Now, that being the case, I have been your YouTube saint for this midweek stream. Hope you enjoyed my fireplace. Maybe we'll play with that some more in the future. But in the meantime, as always, stay sharp and stay salty. And I don't fucking know. I didn't have anything prepared for this. Enjoy the stream, y'all. It's been a good time. And we'll see you on Sunday.